Extra.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back on the Metal Hammer of Doom Extra. I am your host, the mandated reporter, and frankly, I'm mortified, Mr. Mark Radulich. And tonight, we are reacting to Borderline. It's like I'm gonna lose my mind. Keep on pushing my love over the borderline. Sing it with me, Cooper. Borderline. Keep pushing me.
Borderline. Is this inspired by the fact that you got to play 17 other versions of it?
Oh yeah, that podcast.
Give him that idea.
Yeah, I knew we talked about this before. It was on a previous podcast. So, all right. So, what are we doing? We're doing another Lordiversity review next week. I have the dates right this time.
Yeah, better double check that.
Fuck me running. June 22nd. We are reviewing Lordi, Skelectric Dinosaur. So that'll be next week. So we're doing our video for it now, like we do about a week or so ahead of time usually. And the video that Jesse picked, because Jesse gets the pick, is Borderline, which was on which album was that on, Jesse?
I thought you said Humanimals. So, but I can't remember. I can't remember if that's correct or not.
Yes, okay. It's the first. It was the lead-off track that isn't the SGG -3 deal. So yeah, Borderline, which was on the Humanimals album, and that's what we're going to review tonight. But before we do, Son's not here to talk boring anime. So back to what we're really all here for.
Coop.
Hey, we had a bonding moment right there too.
You imprinted on my son, you pervert. What do you want?
I know. I heard the word anime.
Oh my god! Get out of here, kid! You bother me. We're not talking. We're not talking. You're dangerously close to me. Don't stand too close to a naked man. I've always tell you that.
You're not naked.
I can be if this keeps up. I will get naked right on this podcast. What do you think about that, Melissa?
You show whatever you want to. Can I change my name?
Speaking of showing what you want to people, get out of here now. I got to talk sexy stuff. So, Jesse, I understand you and Mindy might be taking a trip down to Tampa.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me be your tourism guide. Robert Cooper.
Okay.
You and Natalia might be coming to visit Tampa. There's the beautiful Tarpon Springs, Greek culture, beautiful springs, Gulf water. Very nice place to visit. We have the great beaches of Pinellas County. An hour from where I live is Orlando, where all the theme parks are. But you know what one of the best attractions here in Tampa is, Jesse? That I've heard about. I haven't been there personally.
Okay.
Haven't been there personally.
Okay.
But I'm just hearing this from secondhand experience.
Oh,
stories are told.
Tourist. Okay.
Yeah. I have not been there personally.
All right. Can you say it one more time just for the record?
I have not been there personally. This is not my personal account. But one of the great tourist attractions here at Tampa is a club called Eyez Wide Shut. Have you ever heard of it?
I've heard of the movie, but I've never heard of this club. No.
Is it in relation to the movie?
I've actually never seen the movie, so I don't know how to answer that. I mean, I know Eyez Wide Shut, the movie, they're it's a sexy movie. People are in masks and stuff like that. Sexy. I don't know. However, so Eyez Wide Shut, it gets its reputation as a swingers club. Jess, you know what swinging is? That you went to the Matrix on me.
Because I'm not going to give it to you.
Okay, so I asked you what swinging was, and I'm never going to give it to you. So I missed whatever you said before that.
I said I've heard of it, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
you have heard of swinging. Little Robert Cooper, little boy Robert Cooper. Have you heard of swinging? Do you know what that is?
I mean, typically it's where you get up first thing in the morning and spin your wiener like a helicopter, right?
Yes.
That's how I get liftoff. I'm like a VTOL.
But it's also when you and your beloved swap with another couple and share an intimate evening together, swinging. Okay,
I see. So it's where you're playing 2-on-2 shirts versus skins, and then you switch.
Right. You trade partners. You want to mix it up a bit. You want to mix it up.
Yeah, maybe she's better on defense. Maybe you're better at shooting threes. I don't know.
I'll tell you what. There's going to be a lot of dunking. Anywho,
oh no. Does that mean there's going to be some teabagging involved?
I mean, there might be. I'll tell you what. Someone.
Different strokes for
get a little
folks.
sleepy time tea going on.
Someone's getting stuffed at the basket. Someone's getting stuffed at the basket. Is all I'm saying. I don't know. Anyway,
it's not the bread basket, because then that's not sexy getting punched in the stomach.
So anyway,
Especially
it gets its reputation. Eyez Wide Shut gets it here in Tampa, not too far from where I live, as a matter of fact. Gets its reputation as a swingers club. It's really more of a public sex club. Now, Jesse, when we made you take the BDSM quiz, you were not so much into the public sex, if I remember correctly.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
I scored pretty low there.
Yeah, we're gonna convince you that you should do it though.
Okay.
We're gonna get.
All right.
I mean, I've never been, but we're gonna get you to go to Eyez Wide Shut.
Let's hear it. Let's hear the pitch.
All right. So here's the thing. So people go to Eyez Wide Shut because they desire to or want to witness engagement in public sex. Yeah. So there's like a big like play area. By the way, in almost every aspect of like the kink universe, the word play utterly misused. We're not playing here. Come on now, people. But that's
so it's not time to play the game.
It is not time to play the game. But it might be. Anyway, so if you would like to play with people, there's a giant play area, and it's just like filled with couches and whatnot and beds. There's sheets available. Huh?
Any
or
devices?
Devices? Hang on, let me get there.
Oh, they have a 2002 Nokia?
If that's what you want to call it. So there's like there's a big room of just like couches and stuff, and there's a place where you can watch, and then there's a place where you can engage. And then the lead into that room is more of a lounge area. Still some beds, still some couches, but people are like mostly just kind of chilling in there and watching, that sort of thing. There's private rooms, so you can get a key and you can go into a room, and you're like, okay, well, what fun is the room? Well, for people who don't necessarily want to be in the room with no dividers or whatever, like you want some degree of separation from other people, you can just go into a room. But if you want to be watched, which is why you would be there, you can open up the blinds and let people watch the hippo show. That's what I like to call it.
You're like, I didn't bleach this asshole for nothing.
Hang on, my producer is handing me something to read on air. What now?
But you've never been.
What?
Why would you call it the hippo show? You've never been.
Okay, I stand corrected. That's not my line, the hippo show. I stole that from somebody else.
Oh, okay. You hack. All right, got it.
Okay.
I mean,
every time I blink, take a drink, by the way.
I mean, who's to say the hip hop hippo himself didn't show up?
That might be King Hippo for all we know.
Wow.
Who knows who knows what kind of King Hippo and Glass Jaw are into?
That is a video game reference coming from Mark Radulich. Fucking wow.
I played a lot of Punch Out as a kid.
I like it.
Now, so like I said, there's a whole series of rooms. One of them is a BDSM room. You remember BDSM, Jesse, right?
I took a quiz one time.
Yes, you certainly did. There's like a horse in there and a couple of places where you can chain up your beloved, give him a whack. Speaking of which,
the horse?
You better make sure that you explain that there's not an actual horse in there.
I was gonna say, like, what's his name? Run Jeremy
here. Look, we're not here to kink shame. It's a public sex place. Why can't the horse be involved?
Oh boy.
Let's set the record straight. There were no live animals. For the love of God, PETA, stay away.
Quick aside. Not having anything to do with the BDSM room at Eyez, because I was never there, or the horse that's in there.
Yeah, horse. Hey, maybe that's the horse we beat to death. It had to go somewhere.
After we beat the horse to death, it was resurrected and ended up in a BDSM club. This is something like a comic book. Call Evan Bevins.
It's just like, here, horsey.
Here, horsey. Anyway. That reminded me real quick, and actually my producer just reminded me that this happened on my birthday. separate from this entire conversation, you know how you like give birthday punches, right? Like,
yeah.
But it's your birthday, you got to take the punches, right?
Right in the arm.
In the butthole.
Well, okay.
Hang on, let me check that. Do you take the birthday punches in the butthole? My producer just broke down and cried and said, "Why me?" Speaking of why me, I made Melissa take my birthday punches for me.
Oh, okay.
All 46 of them.
There's
Remember how I told you if you're going to do like any kind of bondage, sadomasochism, that sort of thing, you really got to get your cardio in and work on your hand and arm strength.
Yes.
I would also recommend buying instruments, not like a guitar or anything. You know,
you know that girl wants that bassoon.
I want to sing you a song.
Get that fucking bassoon out there and be like,
"Hey, I really want to engage in some BDSM." El Capong.
Yeah, I'll put the bassoon in BDSM.
Oh man,
I'll give you some of that old butt trumpet. Anywho,
wow.
So yes, Melissa, a real trooper, love of my life.
46 whacks, huh? 46 scallywags.
46 on the ass. Let me tell you something about beating that ass, Jesse, in case you're going to go upstairs and
please
give this
tell me,
girl.
sir.
Yeah, let me give you some tips. Don't hit in the same spot more than 2 or 3 times in a row. You got to change it up. Use the whole ass as your canvas, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. I mean, you're obviously going to be aggravating one certain spot if you stay on one spot, you know, and it's not going to be fun. I got
alternate cheeks, go high and low. You really, you know, you really want to like, it's like Jackson Pollock, the thing. You just gotta.
I've left a few literal handprints. It's fun.
Oh no, you want to lay in the punch, but you don't necessarily want to like damage the one area. You want to spread it out.
Gotcha. You're not. The intent is not to hurt here.
The intent is absolutely to hurt. But
it's like an all-you-can-eat buffet. You don't want to just focus on one place. You want to go for the whole spread.
Yeah,
you want to try it all.
Right. You definitely want to make sure you get the whole spread.
That was frightening.
I want to capture that image of Cooper. That's like the photo. That's the thumbnail for this video tonight. Anyway, so my wife took all 46 of my smacks for me. Let me check in on that. How'd that feel?
Smacking.
She said, "You're the man, and I want it now." But I'm in the middle of a podcast, so I can't give it. Do you want me to beat your ass on the podcast? I don't know if I can get that on YouTube.
Banned.
As long as it's below the screen, ain't nobody knowing.
It's true, Melissa. If you just lay over my lap, no one will actually see it. They'll just hear the. You know.
You're like, what are you doing, Mark? I'm beating my meat.
Would you like to get in between Jesse, Robert, and I? Anyway, so back to Eyez Wide Shut, which has nothing to do with me beating my wife's ass.
And you were never there.
And I was never there.
That's right.
So there's
we're gonna get demonetized immediately. They hear beating my wife's ass. Boom.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a warning about like domestic violence.
Like, yeah, you're gonna get Rikered.
So long story short, too late. There's the last thing I'm going to tell you about is the room with the two-way window, so you can see into the play area, but they can't see you. Right.
Ah, okay.
And there's like a gynecological chair in there for easy access, as I've been told. And people do, from what I've been told, I want to repeat from what I've been told because I was never there. People will just do stuff all around this area. Like they'll do stuff in there. You know, from what I've been told, it's very dark while you're hanging out. So as far as like the swinging stuff though, and that's why it's kind of a misnomer that Eyez is known as a swinging club. From the stories I've been told, because I was never there, people don't necessarily interact with each other. Like they kind of do their thing. They're like, hey, we did a thing. We were watched. And then they kind of like put the clothes on and fuck about. Quite literally.
I have a question.
Yes, please. I am dying to hear questions now.
So, okay. What I assume music is playing during this whole experience, right?
I wouldn't know. I wasn't there.
Well, I mean, have you heard from anybody?
What did the reviews say, Mark?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. let me go on Yelp. And
All right.
let me go on Yelp and see about music.
I'm
Hey,
curious
Melissa,
as to like
from what you've been
are they
told,
playing techno. What
were
do you
they-
What do you
was- I
think,
don't-
Coop? What kind of music?
Well,
Just
hang
take
on,
a
let me
guess,
answer your
Coop.
question
I
really
think they
quick
get
before we
Tiny
go-
Tim.
Don't answer it. I want Coop to guess, and then you answer.
Okay.
It, so
Well, hang on. Let me ask Melissa if she remembers from what she's been told if music plays, because I honestly don't remember what I was told.
okay.
There was music playing?
Bad, like R&B.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I have my answer. Go ahead. Let's
right,
play
Coop.
this fun game now.
I mean,
What kind-
the
what
joke
kind of
answer
music?
is the joke answer is Tiny Tim. The real answer though is mid '90s R&B.
Mid
Oh,
90s
that's the-
R&B was the answer. That is the answer, Coop. Good for you. Hey.
Wow.
Yes, man. Hey, yeah,
Solid
that's
guess, man.
that's
assume
impressive
it's a
considering
guess.
I've never been into a strip club, much less a sex club, and my knowledge of '90s R&B actually goes back to anime. So there you go.
So,
Very good.
so you've never been to a sex club, but you have been to a strip club. Cooper.
Never.
You've never been to a strip club either?
No, I mean, quite frankly, if I wanted to see titties, I would just take a girl on a nice date and maybe I'll get a reward.
Do you know that the reason why you get a hooker is not for sex, but to get her to leave the next day? That's the line. You don't pay a hooker for sex, you pay them to leave.
Interesting, because I've had plenty of times with women where I didn't have to pay them anything and they left.
Quite voluntarily.
Yeah.
I can't believe, I get why Jesse's never been to a strip club and why he's not allowed to go
Yeah,
now.
and I was betrothed at 9, so
Yeah. you were spoken for so the kingdoms could be united. And, Mindy's father was given a nice dowry of lamb and cow.
that's right. That's right.
So I get that. But, you're, swinging single for a really long time. Why couldn't, what do they not have good strip clubs in North Carolina?
Well, I mean, in Winston, you had, for example, Phillies, which everybody calls filthies.
And where is this? And why aren't we going when I come up there in August?
Well, I mean, that'd be like an hour drive for you anyways. But
Okay.
no, I mean, it's just, well, I mean, first of all, I had to sneak out of my mom's house to go do karaoke. So
Oh, Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Fucking
So to be like
Robert Cooper living in Anne Frank's fucking basement.
pretty much. And you know what? Today I was like, hey, Ma, I got to do that podcast this evening. And she was like, oh, the one where I locked you in the closet during, or I locked you in the laundry room. I was
Wow.
like, yeah.
I'm much
She's
like,
like,
She
"Well,
remembers
no,
that.
it's
That's
why
great.
you didn't call me. And I'm like, I didn't think about it, but honestly, yeah, the ending of the podcast goes, all right, y'all have a good night. And I go to open the door and went, oh shit, it's locked. I'm gonna die here.
I almost called the cops in North Carolina to do a well check on you. I remember that very distinctly. Why is this child being locked in his basement?
That was man, I had the weirdest dream. I had for some reason I was being tied down like Gulliver's Travels in the laundry room.
Hey, were you getting
Except
birthday
it was
smacks?
like a very, very African tribe.
Interesting. That's
I don't
weird.
know.
I'm not. I
You
can't
need to
tell
ask
if-
the therapist about that one. Just
I
see
can't
what they
tell
have
if
to
there's
say.
mild racism there. I honestly am befuddled.
I think it's, well, I remember one of them looked very much like one of my instructors in college. So I think that was where my brain was imprinted at.
All right. So before we actually move on to the music video now, because I think we've killed sufficient time here, Jesse, do you have any more questions? Do you feel like you can now sell your wife on the idea of coming down to Tampa and going to Eyez Wide? Not with me, because I would never go.
You'd never go though.
I would never
well,
go.
Why would I want to go if you ain't gonna be there? You know what
Well, I
I'm saying?
mean, you're the submissive brat, and
that's true. That's
so why
true.
not go?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, if he's the submissive brat, you could probably bully him into going.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh, good. Okay. Is he also going to get
and
a
he
tamp
feels
stamp?
good doing it too. Remember, he enjoys that. so.
That's true. All right, who wants to watch Borderline?
Oh boy, are you ready for this, Mark? Do you have any idea what you're getting into here?
I saw a little bit of it.
Okay, so you probably saw the autoplay GIF or GIF or whatever it was.
Yeah, I when I was setting up the StreamYard tonight, I saw a little bit of the video. So, for our review of Skelectric Dinosaur on June 22nd, here is our review of Borderline by Lordi from the Humanimals album, all a part of Lordiversity.
Yeah, so this is off Humanimals, which is like an 80s kind of theme to that album, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But I will say, as soon as I saw the autoplay GIF of this, I was like, "Oh yeah, we've got to talk about this."
Have we covered all like the really good ones from Lordiversity at this point?
There's really only we're about to get into one. It's not Skelectric Dinosaur. The one after that, Master Beast from the Moon. That's got a real Meatloaf quality. Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
you ever do you ever do like the haunted house ride at the like carnival or the little miniature theme park near you?
Oh yeah.
No, I was actually a weenie as a child, so like I didn't handle that stuff well at all.
Oh my God, it's like Michael Jackson Thriller.
Oh no.
It'd be even funnier if it were real Michael Jackson. His fucking nose falling off, hair on fire.
You ever have that happen to you in a date where like your date just suddenly turns into a zombie?
Oh well.
No, I did go on a date once where she didn't smile for literally the entire 2 hours and looked about 15 times worse than the picture.
You poor bastard.
Yeah, she was like, she sucked. And then it turns out she was my brother-in-law's former best friend.
Oh, look, it's Eyez Wide Shut.
Oh,
hey!
No. Okay. Oh, and that dude's eyes are shut. That's for sure.
Hey, look, it's Eyez Wide Shut. Quite literally.
Okay, so this is this is a pretty freaky ride.
Oh my God!
Oh no, not the hot dogs.
This dude's like,
utterly
like
desensitized.
I kind of wondered if he was just trying to figure out if she's real crazy or just real hot.
Oh man, it's just gonna go from bad to worse with this guy.
Yeah.
What kind of shirt's he wearing? A Motley Crue shirt? Is that what I'm seeing?
I'd have to look again. I'm wearing my Bonzilla shirt.
Oh no!
Nice.
Hey, it's
buddy.
Here comes Aleister Black.
Oh no, it's the Black Army.
The House of Black.
The House of whatever. Nerd.
You're darn tootin', sir.
Yeah, that is a Motley Crue shirt.
Nice.
Oh God!
Oh, no! Is this dude gonna have drumsticks in his eyes?
Oh my God! That looks like
He's
it's
gonna turn around. Here it comes.
There it is.
Oh, whoa!
Through
I didn't
the
expect
ears.
that.
Through the ears where the penis goes.
Well, Carnival's business has just picked up at the carnival.
When you see Lordi at the carnival, run like hell.
Yeah, do not go into any dark spaces.
Do not engage. Do not.
Go the other way. Do not make eye contact. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Who was it? Do you guys recall who it was that got kind of ousted from the band recently? Any idea? Was it
Wasn't it the guitarist?
No, I'm not looking it up.
Yeah.
Jesse, you've done this with me a long time. I don't know names of nothing.
Yeah, I need to learn to stop asking questions that I know you do not have the answer to.
Unless it's about my third-hand knowledge of a sex club, I don't have any answers.
Gotcha.
I want to reiterate third-hand.
Oh, third hand? Not even second?
No, I heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend.
Divorced twice from that.
I would never
know. Wow.
I'm not involved in the kink community. I don't know where you would get that from.
I guess that's what they meant by they need a third.
Are they going to ride rides? Is that what their plan is? That girl needs to put
ass.
some pants on.
That was a
just
fun
wants
video.
to hang out.
I mean, look,
right.
We've been doing these for a few months now, and like we always make. Oh my! There it is. There's the old.
I mean, that is like straight up right out of Thriller.
Right out of Thriller. There's no joke about that.
Wow.
Oh, and there's even the Vincent Price laughing in the background. Do you hear that?
Yep.
All right.
You got that again, that 80s feel. That's what they were shooting for. When we covered the album, we said that they did a decent job doing it, even though some of the songs were kind of lackluster. They pulled it off, and again, they're going with the theme in their videos. I'll give them a thumbs up. Good job. At least it's way better than what we've seen some of these other bands doing.
Yeah, at least it's not Sabaton playing in a puddle.
At least it's not them being slowly like, yes, the waterboarding comes.
I have to say this. The other thing is like, I think we've done a fairly decent job of getting videos where stuff is happening. We're not just like having to watch people skip around the drummer.
Right.
I'm never going to forgive Upon a Burning Body for that. Never, Jesse. Oh, speaking of which, real quick, I was on Jeff's show. Jeff had me do one of his Bandmade reactions, and I threw myself upon the altar of Bandmade and apologized for all my sins. By the way, I don't think I've never apologized to my wife this much, but I apologize to the Bandmade fans because I'm more afraid of them. Like, no joke.
What did you do? I can't remember. What was the?
They're not like baby
metal
at all. I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I apologize for that. I apologize for all of it. So he had me do this reaction. At the end of the reaction, I'm like, Jeff, now you made me watch a Bandmade video. You have to watch something for me. And he was like, okay, what you got for me, brother? Jesse, I made him watch Heaven Shall Burn.
Oh my gosh.
What song was that?
Eradicate.
I'll look that up.
Yeah, you do.
Dude. Greatest Metal Hammer of Doom video.
It's one of the
I should say that
it's one of the last ones we did before the pandemic and the lockdown, before Jesse broke up with me for a while. And
I got married to my job. I had to
yeah,
Mark for a bit.
Yeah, I got replaced by Jesse's, needing to buy a house. So stupid overtime.
Housing economy's great right now, by the way.
Yeah, right. Yeah, good call on your part. Anywho,
fuck me.
Yeah, no shit. Only in public though. I don't know.
Don't pull the drapes, whatever you do.
Oh no, the drapes
leave them right open.
Not that I would have, not when I have any first-hand knowledge.
I heard don't
that.
pull the grapes.
Don't pull the grapes, baby.
Don't pull them. No, whoa. Pull the grapes. No pull soft touches.
Just fucking milk them like teats.
That's right.
No. Oh no.
Right off the
best part about getting old. That is actually right before you get to tuck your testicles into your socks.
What?
When you get old and everything gets saggy.
Oh, boy, I know about that. You
I don't know. Maybe somebody's.
Do you? Wait, I now need to know in vascular detail about Jesse's saggy nutsack.
No. There's many people I'm sure that's had problems where they've almost sat on their nuts.
Whoa! I wanted to end this, but now you're like all the nutsacks you've checked out. First, you tell me that you wander around town molesting people's junks. Now you're checking out saggy nutsacks.
I'm just saying. I've heard plenty of people talk about it before. Accidentally sitting on their own nuts. It's not good.
I mean, that's a thing. It happens when making tea in the toilet, like.
I'm just now wondering, Jesse, what else are you into that you haven't told us?
I'm not saying I do it all for fun. It's a complete accident.
You are no. Well, you're saying, and I want to end here, but you're like, I've been told. Is that like my I've been told? Because I was never there.
No. Oh well, I have absolutely experienced it firsthand. Okay, I have sat on my own nuts.
Oh no! I was gonna say, did you have a sexual awakening to Pompoko with all those giant testicled raccoons?
It's not good.
Coop says
get old, it happens, man.
I recognize the English words, but they don't mean anything to me.
I will. Never mind. I've got videos that are on the YouTube right now. I'll send them to you.
Saggy nutsacks?
People saggy nutsacks?
Jesse's supercut.
They're like sugar gliders. It's like a fucking sugar glider.
Look at all the speed bags I've collected throughout the years.
Wait a second.
We called this the flying squirrel. There's shadow puppets with his fucking nutsack.
Damn it, I wanted to end this podcast. I can't now.
That's great. I mean, look. I know this is not the place. We could review the video right now if I sent you the link and we could watch it happen. The dude sits on it. You could see him sit on it. He's completely clothed, but something happens as soon as he sits down. He's like, and it's just like if you know what I'm saying. So
is it like that? Is it like that fart porn channel I found?
I always come back to that. Wait a minute. I asked you at the top of the show, do you have anything to talk about? You didn't say you had a video of dudes sitting on nutsack.
I had no idea. Point A to point B where we were going to end.
Well, to be continued, I suppose. Next week on the Metal Hammer of Doom Extra, dude sits on nutsack, and Jesse wanders around town molesting people's junk.
He's just trying to find. He's trying to find a new fucking blanket for the picnic.
And I was never there.
This has been fun.
Yes, sir. All right, folks. Now that I've humiliated everybody I've ever met in my life, and more to come, tune in next week for the Metal Hammer of Doom Extra and for our review of Skelectric Dinosaur for Jesse Starcher, who wanders around town molesting people's junk and vascularly examining their nutsacks.
Fully endorsed Tidy Whities. Just putting that out there.
And for Robert Cooper, who I'm going to take to a strip club in North Carolina. That's all there is to it. You need to experience, but I want to find like a good one for you. Like I want to find the ones in New Orleans with like the pregnant strippers with the stretch marks and the gunshot wounds. Those are the best. Take my word for it.
Interesting.
Yeah, we'll talk more next week on the Metal Hammer of Doom Extra. Be well, be safe, and behave.